Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ArmTalk. I'm your host, Jody Williams, and today this is going to be like a part two series because the first part had Aaron Yearsley, right? And he has a big match coming up this March 12th at the Winter Blast outside of Philly. And his opponent is my guest right now, Mr. David Hobbs. David, how you doing today, brother?
Pretty good, brother. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. And before we get things started, I'm supposed to let you know that Miss Candy Passmore said, "Go Eagles." I'm sure you know what that means because I have no idea what that means.
That's awesome. Go Eagles. No, we both actually went to Georgia Southern University.
Nice.
Together. So yeah, man. Little inside joke.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Awesome.
So tell us, Aaron Yearsley, and Aaron kind of told us the lowdown how you were looking for a match, coming from Winter Blast, and his name popped up. So in preparations, tell us your side of the story, how that whole thing came about.
So I was actually looking for a super match for Winter Blast.
Yes.
I was talking with Ryan Gronin, trying to find something. Uncle John's name came up. And then obviously, there were difficulties, insurance and all that stuff, trying to fly down here from Canada. I know we got it squared away, which I'm glad he did.
Right.
That's awesome. So I'm like, okay, I need somebody to pull, and I looked at Aaron Yearsley in the past a few times. I saw, obviously you and him, y'all both seen some table time together.
Yes.
I saw he pulled, a lot of good run-ins. And I saw he pulled Roger Bailey. And, hell, I pulled up Roger Bailey, and he got me 3-1.
Right.
So, I was like, man, I think that would actually be a good matchup. I mean, Aaron, just to kind of see where we fall. So, talked to Ryan Gronin, and, yeah, man, reached out. We made it happen.
And I'm glad. And Macho, as we speak, here, speak of the devil, here comes the Macho Man. He said he's in the house. So there you go. And so let me get this straight. So what's your stature? How tall are you? What do you weigh? That kind of thing.
So right now I am back up to 240. I'm 6'4". I took a break in the holiday season, man. I bumped down back to about 225.
Right.
But got back on the supplementation, just trying to eat really clean right now. A lot of chicken, rice, steak. Keeping it clean right now.
Atta boy. Preacher Arm Wrestlers in the house. What's up, Preacher? Glad you can join us. So you train with Paul Passmore. And I know because Paul and I and Candy, we're good. I'm good friends with Paul and Candy. And I know, those guys. I mean, the walls of the what's it called? The Georgia Walls of Pain. Is that what the group is called?
The Walls of Power.
Yeah, Walls of Power. So that's like, an extension of Ron Bath and his group. So, and I'm telling everybody out there, Georgia got some badass people. I mean, when you talk about yourself, Passmore, you got obviously Ron Bath. Who else is down in Georgia? Jerome Loud, he's out in Georgia. So y'all got some pretty good awesome pullers down there. And the funny thing is that when that match came about before it got public, and Aaron said, "Hey man, I got an opportunity to pull this guy named David Hobbs." And I was like, "Oh, I know David Hobbs. I mean, I never met you in person, but I know of you because when I was prepping up for my match with Roger back in October, the last thing I saw of Roger when he pulled you, so I was kind of using that as a gauge. And he wanted to know, should I take the match? I said, yes, you should take the match. Yeah, this is an opportunity for you to go across country and pull out of your comfort zone. And what I mean by that is that you get to pull somebody outside the Northwest region. Now you get to go across country and, go to toe-to-toe with those guys. So that's going to be awesome. What are your thoughts on having somebody coming from a different part of the country to pull you?
I mean, initially, it's like, you only pull with a certain region of guys.
Right.
Right? So, it's like Alabama, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. You kind of know what everybody's all about. And then you've got somebody coming over from there, from the Northwest, and you don't know anything about them. So, obviously, I'm not going to take this match lightly. But honestly, I mean, whenever I look at it in other ways, it's just another guy,
Right.
We're going to go to battle. We're going to do our thing, shake hands at the end, man, and have a good time.
Now, are you guys going left and right?
We're gonna go left and right. We figured, me and we actually talked on the phone yesterday. We figured, what the hell, man? We're flying all this way out there. Let's go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, let's do it.
And you got to make it, worth the trip. If I'm going to go out there cross country anyway, and you guys are flying extra, X amount of miles to go from one place to another, you might as well go all in. You know what I mean? Just go all in. So, so tell us about your training method, like, your team, and, how are you training 3 days a week, 4 days? What is the day in the life of Mr. David Hobbs when it comes to arm wrestling?
So right now, I'd say about a good 3 days a week on arm wrestling specific training, and then just the rest of the body during the week.
Yes.
A lot of pulleys, a lot of static holds. Me and you, I know how that we talked earlier, about injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
January, I had a practice at Passmore's, and I strained something pretty bad in my brachialis.
Right.
So I've been kind of battling that. But I'm working on the negative deal, which you kind of talked to me about, and some other physical therapy and stuff like that. So, but that's part of the game. You're not always gonna be 100%. So I'm working around that injury right now.
And when you and I talked about that, and at the time we talked, I was going to physical therapy, which I'm now done now. And
Nice.
At first it was like, why am I like, I'm stretching, no big deal. And now I'm like curling 20-pound weights, which sounds stupid. Like this does nothing for me. But the more I stretched, the more I did the lightweight, the more, repetition I got, I had to remember what the physical therapist said. He told me, because I had the tendonitis in my bicep, he said, what we're trying to do is strengthen the tendon, not so much the bicep. And so when I took a step back and realized that, it kind of reminded me, I'm like, okay, well, maybe David had the same kind of situation. So yes, I went from 20 pounds. Now I'm up to, back to where I was before, and I don't feel any pain anymore. And so I continue to kind of do that, and there's something to be said for that. So number one priority is health. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. So, with having an injury and that being said, I'm going to have to pull differently.
Yes.
So, it's unfortunate. I won't be at my strongest, but I'm coming with it.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm coming with it, man. You can only back an injured dog into a corner so far before he bites back.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, and I know for a fact, and I'm thinking, okay, you train with Paul Passmore, a stud in himself. And I know for a fact there's power. I know there's training. And so it's always good to have a stud, in the top 10 or top, 15, top 20 in the North American rankings as one of your training partners. There is nothing better than that feeling, because now you have the knowledge, you have the talent, and you can feed off that. And it makes you better too. So it's always good to train with somebody who's better than you, because all it's going to do is make you better. You know what I mean?
I agree. If you want to be great, you need to surround yourself by greatness.
Exactly. So tell me, how was your 2021 as far as super matches went?
2021 was a big year for me. I traveled a lot. I just had a good time last year. It was awesome. Obviously, Roger Bailey was probably my biggest match. He got me 3-1 on that right. I was able to get one in, so that was awesome. Golly, who else did I have a super match with?
Did you pull Tucker Keating?
Tucker Keating. Yeah. That was about a week away. Tucker was like 280.
Damn.
And I was at 240. Yeah, I know. And I was at 242, but I was talking to my fiance. I was like, babe, I've never been down there. Let's go to Houston together. So we went for the hell of it. And obviously, he was the victor on that. But Tucker's a super great guy. Very, very strong guy. He's gonna blow up really soon.
So what was your reaction? So you go into that match with Tucker, and at that time you were what, 240, 242?
242.
And he's 280. So take us back to like, okay, this guy has a good 40 plus pounds on me. You think that had any wear and tear on that? I mean, do you think that, hey, you know what? He outweighs me. I better be quicker. I better be more, savvy on the table because I know pound for pound, he has the advantage over me. Do you think that played a factor in that match?
Played a huge factor in that match. I mean, you can only train so much. Paul pulled him a lot, and Paul was telling me, he was like, honestly, Dave, he's like, it kind of feels like you against you,
Right.
strength-wise. But, I mean, until you actually go there and grip up with somebody, you don't know. You might could beat a guy in a tournament, and then he could go pull another guy and beat him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can't. So I've learned in this game over the past 6 years, everybody's hand matches up differently with everybody else's. So you never know what's going to happen.
Right. And the thing is, though, and you really got to, be like, okay, what can I do here? Because, I look at it like this. We all have a game plan going through these super matches. And then sometimes, I don't know about you, but there was a couple of times where I had a distinct game plan. And once I gripped up, I knew right away that, nope, this is not going to work today. I better come with a plan B. How true do you think that is?
Man, I think that's 100% true. I can't tell you how many super matches I've had. I'm like, boom, I'm dead set on my game plan. I'm not changing anything up. And you get there, you grip up with the guy, and you're like, shit. Everything goes to shit. You have to change everything and just kind of go with it. But sometimes I think nerves can kind of get in the way of that as well. So mental discipline is huge too.
Right.
Sometimes you need to be able to just be mentally tough enough to stick to that game plan. Don't let your nerves get in the way.
Oh, you're absolutely right. We got 6 people in the chat. We got 3 likes. Let's get those like buttons up, everyone. So, like you said, game plan. Now, here's the thing. Because when you go into a super match, it's best of 5, whatever the case may be. If I hit this guy with my fastball and it doesn't work out, then guess what? I better have a breaking ball, curve ball. I better have a plan B, sometimes plan C, plan of attack. When you're somebody as tall as you, 6'4", do you think you have a distinct advantage over somebody who might be 5'11", 5'10"?
I think in the initial, but I've also been in some matches to where a short guy, I mean, he can completely tear me away.
Right.
So, I mean, it does and it doesn't.
Because, and we'll use a football analogy. If a running back is like 5'9" or 5'8", and he's quicker than a dog, and you got a linebacker who's 6'5", he has to squat to make that tackle. Guys built lower to the ground, so maybe, they may come back and say, okay, well, in arm wrestling terms, okay, what if somebody is, heavier than me? What if somebody has a longer arm than me or a bigger hand? We all got to find different ways, the plan of attack to make sure, all right, this is what I got to do for a game plan. Like, have you seen any video on Aaron Yearsley? Let's talk about that.
So I've seen a million videos of Aaron Yearsley. I've watched yours and his about 100 times.
There you go. See? So, and it's just like football. When you're a coordinator, right? Okay, I'm a defensive coordinator for the Georgia Bulldogs, and I got to sit there. I got to break down footage. I didn't see Alabama play in person time and time again. I got to make sure I shut the quarterback down. So when you dissect matches, like I was dissecting Roger Learn time and time again. There was, one point, my wife was like, are you pulling Roger or are you pulling David? I'm like, no, I'm pulling Roger, because I was watching that match over and over again. And all of a sudden, she couldn't tell who the hell I was pulling, because it's like, if that match between you and Roger down at the King of Florida, if that match for some odd reason was on a VHS tape, it would have been onion skin thin by the time I got done with that. I watched that over and over again, to the point where those matches I saw Roger, I sat there and saved that on a file on my YouTube, and I watched that 4 times a week, getting ready for him. Now, I don't know if you do that, but that's how I prepare for matches. I got to constantly watch matches against certain people, certain styles. Hey, how does Roger pull against guys who are, predominantly hookers? How does Roger pull against somebody who likes to top roll? How does he do against people who are quick on the go or likes to go into a strap? So those are the things, I'm looking for. And, the one thing Roger and I never did is that of the 5 rounds, it went all 5 rounds, not one looking at elbow placement. Are you looking at the guys applying back pressure, side pressure? What exactly are you looking at when you break down footage when your upcoming matches?
So when I break down my footage, I'm doing exactly basically what you said, side pressure. I'm looking at hand setup, wrist, the angle of the wrist. I'm looking at where the man's got his elbow at.
Yeah.
And then when if I really want to dissect it, I'll even go down to facial characteristics. Like what do they do right when the ref says ready?
Right.
Do they blink? Do they move their face to the right, to the left? Just certain body language can give away a lot if you study it hard enough.
Yeah. Do they take that big breath before the go? I mean, things like that. Right. So, and I know it sounds kind of cliche, but you have to do stuff like that, You
have to.
Or there are some people who are like, you know what? I don't need to study tape. All I got to do is worry about me. There are some people like that, or, hey, if he does this, I got this move. If he counters that, I got that move. Where you got some people will say, you know what? I got one move and I'm damn good at it. Good luck beating it. I mean, dude, that's the thing about arm wrestling. There's so many varieties out there where, okay, I think I can get this job done, but it all depends on the person, right?
I agree.
So, Macho Man, Aaron Yersky wants to know, what did you see watching footage of him?
Brother, I ain't gonna tell you that, man.
And I kind of chuckle because I'm thinking, yo, Aaron, he's not going to explain that to you, just like, and you might have been at work when Aaron was on my show, but it's like going, he's not going to sit there and say, this is what I saw, Aaron, because it's like, you study footage, you take mental notes, whether you do that in your mind, whether you have a notebook and you're writing stuff down and you go by it, or just say, hey, Paul, do me a favor. This is what Aaron does. Mimic him. So that way I kind of know what am I looking at? I mean, people, me and my guys train like that, and I'll give you something. It's not a secret, but when I was training for a mountain match with Aaron last summer, I said, look, guys, this is what Aaron does. We all watch footage as a group. We said, look, man, I want you to mimic what he does. That way I have a good idea. My match with Roger Learn, I want you to mimic what this guy does. That way I know exactly what I got to do, And fortunately for me that it worked out to where I won both those matches just on the sheer fact that I had guys in my training camp say, look, I'm going to do this. Cool. Do that for me. I'll try to find a way to get it. I mean, give me everything you got, to where Roger was so strong in the hook that I wanted my guys, I want you to start semi-hook. That way I can kind of work out of that to see if I'm strong enough to work out of that. I'll start straight. You start in the hook, kind of somewhat bold, and I'm at a disadvantage because on the go, Roger is that quick. So I want to be able to go, okay, you guys do that. That way I can know and feel what I'm getting myself into. Now, like I said, everyone's different. Maybe you and your team. Speaking of your team, how many members do you have in your team?
Oh, goodness. We've got I would say a good 20 guys.
Woo!
So when we have a big practice, we all live spaced out all over Georgia. So we'll have one big practice at Passmore, say once every month or 2 months.
Right.
And then within, we have smaller groups.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of like, it's like me, Ryan Bath. Sometimes Ron will come over, and then Ike Ford.
Yeah.
Ike Ford, I don't know if you know him. You need to look him up.
Oh, I'm aware of him. I never met him in person, but I know of him.
Matter of fact, I just saw Ike in the parking lot a little while ago. He was actually rolling my arm out and trying to get some scar tissue out of it. So to help me out prepare. So that's what it's all about, man. Just having good teammates.
Yeah.
You got good teammates that have your back, whether you're injured, and they'll still kind of pull with you and pull around that. Like that, man, you can't beat that. You can't pay for that.
No. So how long you been competing for?
I've been competing for about 6 years now.
Nice. And do you have any state titles? Any kind of top 3 finishes at bigger events, or what we looking at?
PAF November last year, I finished third to Russ, my boy Russ Schrader and Jerome Lav.
Yeah.
So that was good. Had a few state titles back when I was pulling Amy's, and you know, a lot of top 3 placements. You know, I'm right there. You know, I just I gotta tweak up a few things. So, but I'm loving the journey, man, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. And when this match comes and goes with you and Aaron, what does the rest of the calendar year look like for you as far as matches, tournaments? You got, hell, are we going to nationals? What are we talking about here? I know PF is like in December, and that's a ways away. But what other tournaments you got? You got your eye on?
So I got a big tournament on my eye, and that's April 23rd. That's the tournament on the day where I get married. So.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of the big tournament right there.
Wow.
Man. Yeah. So getting married on that one. I'd have to say after this tournament, main thing is health.
Yes.
Let's see how the arm works. Main thing I want time to heal.
Yeah.
I do plan on going back to nationals this year, and hopefully doing a lot better than third place.
Hey,
like I said, it all depends on health.
At least you reached the podium, right? You got to the podium, so that's always saying something,
Yeah. Well, it's something to build off of, man. We're all competitors in this. Everybody wants to be number one, so you just got to keep working. It's all about work ethic. And so matter of fact, Roger Bailey. That's one guy that I have just seen his work ethic. And it really motivated me and inspired me.
That guy
wow.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, because the work, that effort that guy that puts in, and he's taking match after match and fucking doing great, and it's awesome. Preacher Arm Wrestler wants to know, April 23rd, what tournament are we talking about?
I was referring to the tournament of me getting married that day, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Yeah, so that's going to be my tournament.
There you go.
They do have a huge tournament in Louisiana, I believe. My boy Breda, he's putting on. So that should be a good one.
Yeah, isn't he pulling Jordan Seal that day?
I believe so.
And great. So so Breda's over there in Louisiana. On that same day, I will be in Arizona because I'm gonna check out your boy Paul Passmore. He's
right.
Yeah, he's pulling Robbie Topi. So there's that. And also, I think April 23rd is the same day. Chance Shaw is pulling Todd Hutchings. So that's gonna be an awesome day of arm wrestling on the 23rd.
Great. And then let's see, Corey West. He's pulling Carl Stanley, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that's
was it
right there.
Is it Carl Stanley or was it I saw a poster, it said Corey West and Krasimir.
That's right, Krasimir, yeah.
So
well, I saw a post. Carl is going to be pulling him, so I'm not sure if that's the same day, different arm. Either way, that's going to be a huge day for arm wrestling. I wish I could be out there, but
Dude, here's the thing, man. When you get married on April 23rd, and I need you to focus as much as you can on the wedding ceremony. I know, you're gonna be like, oh man, how's Paul doing? Oh man, Breda, you're gonna be like losing your mind, and don't sit there and be like, hey, I do, or say yes. You're like going, what, Paul? What? And it's gonna be hard to focus.
That's right.
All right, Candy Passmore in the house. She said Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, Point Break, all the way. Love it.
There you go. So I'm glad that this match is going to happen between you and Aaron, because I know Aaron personally. He actually was at my house last Saturday doing some training and stuff, and I see similarities. Only he's not 6'4", but I see similarities. Where both you guys are kind of like rising up and you're trying to break that glass, and I feel like, the winner of this match between you two is going to get a momentum boost, if I could say that, because,
I agree.
You guys have taken your licks, you've taken your lumps, and it's like going, okay, now it's just time to put it all together. I think it's time, and I've been saying this for a long time now. I love the super matches with the big household names, right? I like that. However, if you want to grow this sport, you got to give other people some love too. So, yeah, when you talk about Winter Blast, everyone's talking about Uncle John and Artem and Jason Merlot and Jamie Sheldon and all that kind of stuff. Don't be afraid to put the shine on you guys, because, not that you guys, you're young in the sport. Aaron's been pulling longer than me, and I've been in this sport. This is year number 12 for me, but he took a 5-year break. So it's kind of like he's starting over again. But it's to the point where you guys need to get some shine on you guys too, because I see both you guys heading in the same direction, and it's like going, okay, if I beat you, someone's going to get that extra push and momentum. So sky's the limit. I hope everybody's watching. I hope Ryan Grondin's like kind of keeping his eye going, okay, because he's a 90% guy, and he's going to sit there and go, okay, the winner of you two, I may have somebody in store for you down the road. That's how important this match is, I think, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm taking this match very seriously. I really am, because the momentum shift could be great.
Right.
It could be huge, just like you were saying. We're both kind of moving in the same path right now, and winner of this match, that's going to tell a lot.
Yeah.
That's going to set somebody up. Most definitely.
And it's best of 5 or best of 3?
Best of 5.
All right.
Yeah, we're going all the way, baby.
I like that. I like the sound of that. Yeah. So, with that being said, what goals do you have in this sport? Because everybody got goals, but everybody's on a different path. So, what goals does David Hobbs have in arm wrestling?
Honestly, right now, I want to be healthy after this match. I want to get ranked. I do want to win a national title.
Right.
And within, probably won't be this year, but next year, I'd love to go to IFA Worlds.
There you go.
And I believe in yours and Aaron's, previous interview, you talked about Arnold's.
Yeah.
I've never been to Arnold's, man. That would be awesome. I would love to go down there next year.
I tell you what, from experience, and I was there in 2019, and it was like awe-inspiring when you go to that convention center in Columbus, and we're talking, there's all kind of athletes, thousands of athletes. That's just the athletes itself. Then you got the crowd. It's almost, if you're claustrophobic, it's probably not a good place for you. But the array of talent, whether it be arm wrestling, CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding, you name it, it's out there. And I'm telling you, it's just, there's a bunch of stages. And the thing is, though, is that you'll be on one stage and you got a window. Hey, you guys got from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. When 11:30 comes, get the fuck off the stage, because we got to get the next event on. So you have that window to pull. And it's a right-handed only tournament. So just be aware of that. Now you get there, and now they got the weight classes altered where they split that 199 and over class, because now you got a 242 and you got a 243 and over. So when I went there, my weight class was 199 and over. So I'm thinking, fuck, think of it. And my 2 losses came against Robbie Burnett and Derek Smith, right? Those are my 2 losses. And I was able to take 9th place out of 27 guys there.
Good for you, brother. That's awesome.
And I'm telling you, it's like once you go there, you want to go back again. It just didn't work out, for me this year. So, but yeah, I would, say, hey, and it's one of those, it makes you feel special, because you can't just show up. You actually got to qualify for it. So that in itself is motivated. So when you go there, and I'm telling you, you're going to experience a lot. It's going to be awesome. The whole thing was just, it was like a nationals, honestly. Just the red talent is pretty cool. So yeah, I would say that should be a bucket list tournament for anybody, so.
Well, maybe I'll end up seeing it down there next year. That'd be great. That'd be a hell of an experience.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Well, brother, we've been on here a half hour. You got anything else you want to add?
Man, I just want to appreciate, I appreciate you giving me the time to be on the show, brother. I've had a good time. I'm looking forward to pulling Aaron. Aaron, in all seriousness, Aaron's a great fucking dude.
Yes,
He's got a lot of talent, man. I saw him pull you the other weekend. He's real tight. His wrist is strong. He's good on the inside. Honestly, I think it's going to be an awesome match. Anybody listening out there right now, you guys make sure y'all tune in on this. It's going to be a banger for sure.
I can't wait. Do you know if anybody's going live with that?
It should be Ryan Grunin.
Okay.
Either him or Josh Berger.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because that's going to be interesting. So I really want to see what's going on. So
I wish you could be there, man.
Oh, you know what? And now I know because I was on their show a couple of Fridays ago, the 98% guys, and I was on there with Berger and Dave and all the other guys, and Grundon, and so we were talking, and it wasn't going to work out for me this year, but later on they're going to have another event, and so I said, hey, if you have something, I'll be free about October-ish. By October, I should be free. So if you guys plan an event sometime in, October, November, December, we talked about it, and Ryan Turner, the guy that has the Arm Wrestling Forum,
that's right.
He's like, 242? He's about maybe 6'3", something like that. And he talked about having a match with me. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe we can do something like that later in the year. So hopefully if they have another event, I'll try to make that one because that would be awesome too. Because now I get to pull somebody who's freaking 6 foot whatever, because I'm only 5'11". So that would be awesome.
Right, that's awesome, man. And if you guys ever make your way down south, man, like we're super hospitable down here. We'd love to pull with you guys. I know you guys are way out there, but man, we love coming together and pulling with everybody.
That is awesome. I've talked to Candy and Paul about that one. We're just kind of chit-chatting one day, and we were kind of going, hey, you know what? If you ever have a tournament here, just let us know. You come. The hospitality was there, and I love that kind of stuff. I'm thinking, you know what? That's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm coming in for a practice, or if I'm coming in, hey, come on, stop by. I'll kick off my shoes at the porch and come on in. We'll have a good old time and stuff and things like that. That'll be awesome.
Well, that's what this sport should be about, man. Yeah, it's about winning. It's about pushing yourself to be a better person.
Right.
But I mean, it's also about the camaraderie, man, the brotherhood. Knowing somebody's going to be there for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what this arm wrestling family's done for me. So, open doors for me all the time, brother.
Yes. So again, you guys, this is my man, David Hobbs. Put it on your calendar, March 12th, Philadelphia, Winter Blast. I'm telling you right now, the match with Mr. Aaron Yersley, Mr. David Hobbs, and they're going both hands, best of 5, either or. And I predict the winner of this super match is going to get a huge boost in momentum. So it's something you don't want to miss because, after all, you guys are going in 98% country. So with that being said, David, my friend, thank you for being a guest on the show.
No problem, brother. Thank you very much for having me, man.
All right, take care. We'll talk soon, buddy.
All right, you too, buddy.
Take care. Bye. So that was Mr. Hobbs. And I'm telling you right now, all 6'4" him, 242 pounds. Aaron Yersley, my man, you got a major obstacle. Let's make sure you do what you got to do, take care of business, and guess what? Pull hard, man, because you're representing the Northwest, right? Don't let us down. Not a problem. Hey, guys, thanks, everyone, for taking a little bit of time out of your day on this thrilling Thursday. Hey, I got a surprise for you guys next week, but I'm not going to count the bag yet. So y'all going to have to just sit back and wait. But I will say this, though. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, I see you when I see you. Y'all take care now. Be good to one another.